Hey, we're back. Let's continue from where we left off. Now we're talking about pandering, and we already look at pandering as it relates to the elements of pandering. Look at the first video and you'll be able to see where we left off from. So I continue now when it says by fraud or artifice or by duress of person or goods or by abuse of any position of confidence or authority, procures another person for the purpose of prostitution, or to enter any place in which prostitution is encouraged or allowed within the state, or to come into this state or leave this state for the purpose of prostitution. So it goes, if you look at the first two slides on the previous videos, you're going to see where we discuss what is pandering, and it explains what will make a person guilty of pandering. It goes on, you have one, they procures another person for the purpose of prostitution. You use promise, threats, violence, or by any device or scheme, and you cause that person, or you induce that person, or you persuade that person, or you encourage another person to become a prostitute. And after you don't encourage him to become a prostitute, you procure for another person a place as an inmate in a house. So you find a location for them. And by promises, threats, violence, or by any device or scheme, you cause or induce or persuade or encourage the person who is in that place now, in that house, an inmate of the house of prostitution, or any other place in which prostitution is encouraged or allowed, to remain therein as an inmate. Okay, so that's a further definition of what is pandering. So pandering, penal code 266I, it continues, it says, you receives or gives or agrees to receive or give any money or thing of value for procuring or attempting to procure another person for the purpose of prostitution, or to come into this state or leave this state for the purpose of prostitution. So when it comes to the offense of pandering, pandering can take place in a state, even though the act take place in another state. Because here it says you could encourage a person to come to the state for the purpose of prostitution, or the person can leave the state. So the pandering has to take place in California. However, it could be to make the person come here and do the act, or to make the person go somewhere else. All right, but remember, when you're dealing with prostitution, somewhat the act needs to take place in the state. If you look at the first video I did, you're going to see when it comes to prostitution, some act has to take place in the state. So I gave you the definition of pandering. So in the end, is Candace Owens' statement legally sound? People, you decide. I've given you the information where we looked at everything. We looked at the definition of prostitution. We looked at the definition of pornography. We looked at the definition of lewd acts. I summarized what are the elements for prostitution. We questioned whether or not it's pimping or is it pandering. I gave you the legal definition for pimping and pandering. And so really, as educated people, let's look at it. And you make your decision and decide whether or not you believe Candy's statement is legally sound as it relates to what she said, that Kim is a prostitute and Kris is a pimp. So I believe I gave enough information for you to sort of look at it and ask for yourself, is she correct? As usual, thank you all for supporting my channel. I want to thank all my 168 subscribers. Thank you. We're growing slowly, for joining us. Thank you all so much. Truly appreciate your support. And I ask you all to please continue supporting my channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like. Please hit the notification button, so whenever I upload new videos of this nature, you will always be able to be the first to watch and view it. And remember, here, get legit. Thank you all so much.